Buenos dias, good morning. Welcome back to the third Yoga con Lola. This morning we're going to begin with a pranayama practice known as Kapalabhati breath. A little bit of a tongue twister. Some of you might have also heard it being called fire breath. It's a good way for us to get in touch with our waking up our nervous system, waking up our digestive system, using our abdominal muscles to really bring a good warm energy into the body. So it helps us strengthen the mind and body connection before we begin the actual movement with the breath. So in Kapalabhati, it's a forced exhale out the nose. It's gonna have a sound, I'll demonstrate it. And then you'll have a natural just inhale through the nose. So it'll look something and sound like this. And as you practice that exhale and inhale through the nose, you're going to be pulling or contracting your abdominal muscles inward, belly button towards your spine with the exhales. And then you relax with the inhale, pull it in with the exhale. So we're going to try for about 30 seconds. So sit up nice and tall, maybe on a block, maybe on a blanket. Have your arms in a relaxed position. Have your eyes open or closed. I will signal when we have finished. So let's inhale to begin. And release that pranayama practice and begin to breathe naturally in and out through the nose. Let's start to move our bodies with our breath now. Let's begin some shoulder circles, lifting our shoulders up towards our ears and relaxing the shoulders down. Coming back, pulling the shoulder blades together. You can also have your arms on your shoulders or hands on your shoulders if you'd like. And then we'll begin to go the other way. So rolling the shoulders forward as you inhale and exhale, release them down. 2 more big circles. And then go ahead and let your arms come down to your legs. We're going to transition to a tabletop posture. So slowly make your way on your hands and knees. We're going to move through cat and cow. So have your wrists or fists stacked under shoulders, knees in line with hips. As you inhale, you drop your belly low towards the ground. You look forward or slightly up and tailbone lifts up. Exhale, round the spine, pull the belly button in, chin to chest, tailbone in. Inhale, flow. Open. Exhale, round and close. To take your time, go with your rhythm of respiration. Starting to awaken the spine. Really going inward, feeling the curve in the back. Let's go 2 more times. And we'll begin to neutralize the spine. So now we're going to do hip and head circles. So swirl the hip and the head in the same circular motion. Loosening up our hip joints and our neck. And then let's round and reverse that motion going the other way. Swirling the hips and the head. Some like to say stir in the pot. Let's one more time. And then we'll bring the head and the hips into a neutral position. Good. Let's start to walk our hands towards our hips, coming into a kneeling posture. We're going to begin by practicing some side bends. So we're going to incorporate a little strength in the legs, and then we're going to come up as we are and lean to one side. Okay, so depending on your knee flexibility, this might feel good to lower your hips towards your heels. Good, and then use the strength in your legs to pull yourself back up over the knees. Okay, if your knees are sensitive, you can also make an extra padding right there. Good, so as you go down, you're feeling the stretch in the quads, and as you lift up, you're strengthening and engaging your glute muscles. Let's try it 2 more times. This is also good for strengthening the tissues and the ligaments and the tendons around your knees, as long as you're not feeling pain here. Good. Last one. Inhale as you lower. Exhale as you press up. Good. Make sure the knees and the hips are in one line. We're going to keep our left arm down, reach our right arm up. Take a deep breath in, and then lean towards the left side of the room. Slide your left hand down. Press into that leg. Right hips kind of go outward towards the right side. Shoulder down, looking forward, and taking 5 deep breaths. Good, let's inhale, lift up, exhale, lower the right arm down. We're going to try the lowering and the lifting of the hips. So sitting back, inhale, exhale, lift. Good, squeeze the glutes as you bring your hips back up. Lift. You can also tuck your toes if that feels better. You don't go down as far, but that might feel better for your knees. 2 more. You're also using your core here to pull yourself back up. Okay, let's bring our right hand down. Lift our left arm up. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, lean towards the right side of the room. Oh, feels good. One more inhale, exhale, and then let's inhale to lift ourselves up and slowly bring that left arm down. Let's come into a gentle back bend. So slide your hands to the base of your spine, fingers pointed down. We're going to inhale, pull the elbows together behind our back. That's going to bring a nice big openness to our chest. You can look up slightly. If your body naturally wants the hips to come forward, that's okay. Lift through the crown of your head towards the back wall. Take 5 deep breaths. And then inhale, come forward, shoulders over hips. and slide your hands down. Right. Now we're going to come into downward facing dog. So take your time bringing your hands forward. I'm going to turn myself on my mat. Make sure there's a slight diagonal from wrist to shoulder. Spread your fingers wide, tuck your toes. Inhale, lift your knees. Exhale, lengthen arms and legs. Press those hips back. Look towards your belly button and press your heels down. If your heels are way high away from the earth, step your feet a little bit closer in and then lengthen down through the legs. Five deep breaths. Good. Let's start to lift our right leg. Good. Bend the knee and slide the right foot through in between your hands. Good. Lower your left knee and reach your right hands up onto your right thigh, or both hands onto your right thigh, coming into a low lunge. Okay. So make sure you feel stable here. If you feel wobbly, you might have to slide your right foot towards the right edge of the mat slightly. You want to make sure the right knee and ankle are in alignment. Take a deep breath here and arrive. Shoulders relaxed. Good. Now if you feel stable here, I invite you to lift your arms, biceps by your ears. Reach through your fingertips. Align the fingers together in thumbs next to your pointer finger. Reach for the stars above. Press down through your right foot. Now if this feels stable, we're going to go a little bit further by bringing the palms together overhead. Bending the elbows so the palms drop behind the head. And then you're going to take your gaze little by little towards the top of towards the roof or the ceiling. And we're going to incorporate a little bit of a back bend here. Lift up through your elbows. Use your core strength to keep you nice and stable, centered. Let's inhale, lift the palms back up. Exhale, bring your hands to frame your right foot. We're going to tuck your back toes, lift that back knee off the ground. Good. Ground down your left hand, turn your upper back or your chest towards your right knee, lift your right arm up, revolved runner's lunge. So anytime you hear me say the word revolved, it means twisting. So here we're twisting our spine. Good. Press back through your left heel, press down through your right foot. Hips low, right arm high. One more inhale. And then exhale, bring your right hand on the inside of your right foot. We're going to revolve open towards the left. So keep your feet as is. Take a moment. Press that upper right arm into your right leg. Start to twist your upper back towards the left side of the room. And maybe you can lift that left arm up. It's going to require some balance. Good. Last inhale. Exhale. Release the left hand down. Good. Bring your right hand on the outside of your right foot and then slide that right foot back. Good. We're going to hold Dandasana, plank pose. If holding Dandasana doesn't feel quite your speed this morning, bring your knees down. Keep your hips in line with your body. Don't let your hips lift up. Bring them forward. Good. 3 more deep breaths. Press into those hands. Press back through their feet if the knees are lifted. One more inhale. Exhale, lower the knees, slide them wide. Sit back. Child's pose. Oh, que rico. Let's inhale, lift into our tabletop position. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Take your time getting the downward facing dog posture right. So, spreading the fingers wide, gripping into your finger beds. Good. Internally rotating your shoulders so that the eye of the elbow faces forward. Head is nice and loose. Hips are pressing back. Heels are pressing down. 2 more deep breaths. And then we're going to start to lift our left leg up, bend the knee, and step it through as many times as you need. Good. Lower your right knee down. Untuck your right toes. Walk your hands to your left thigh. Find your stability here. Press away from your thigh. Grow that stretch in your right hip flexor. Relax your shoulders. Find your calm breathing. Just feel stable. I invite you to lift your arms. Good. Reach up. Start to engage your core muscles to help you stabilize. And then from here, option to bring your palms together, palms behind the head. Lift up through your elbows, look up towards the ceiling. Noticing where you feel the stretch here, maybe the sternum, maybe the belly, the hip flexor. One more deep breath, and then we'll inhale, lift the arms back. Exhale, frame the left foot. Good, we're going to lift the right knee off the ground, extend that leg back, nice and long. Ground into your right hand, either on the floor, maybe a block. Revolve, twist your chest towards your left leg. Twist, twist, twist. Deep breath in, exhale, squeeze the belly. Inhale, lift your left arm up. Keep your hips low. Take 5 deep breaths. One more inhale. Exhale, bring your left hand on the inside of your foot. Maybe slide a block there. Good. Take your time. Start to twist towards the right side, little by little, like a spinal twist. Good. Keep yourself up on your ball of your back foot. If you can, try to lift that right arm up. Pressing my left arm into my left knee, stabilizing my leg. Good. 2 more breaths. And then exhale, bring your right hand down. Bring your left hand on the outside of your left foot and slide that left foot back. Okay, Dandasana, plank pose, or knees down, half plank. Either way, press into your arms, nice active arms, creating space between your shoulder blades. Pull your belly button in, squeeze your glutes. 2 more deep breaths. And then knees come back down if they're lifted, and sit your hips towards your heels. Now keep your arms either extended forward or you can bring them behind you. More of a restorative, relaxed child's pose. If your hands behind your back, bring them forward. Good. Inhale, lift up. We're going to come into a kneeling posture, so walk your hands towards your heels. We're going to practice come from kneeling posture to standing. So, hands on your hips. You're going to lift your right foot forward. Create a 90-degree angle. Okay? Tuck your back toes, lift yourself up, and step forward. Okay? Now your right foot's going to step about halfway down the mat. Lift your heel, then lower your knee down. Bring your left foot back. Okay, let's try it again. Left foot forward, or excuse me, right knee forward. Tuck your left toes. Press up away from the ground. Step your foot forward. Good. And then right foot back. Good. Lift up on the ball of your back foot. And then lower down. Good. Bring your left knee in line with your right. Okay, we're going to do it one more time to get to standing. Right foot forward. Tuck your left toes. Lift up. Step forward. Namaste. Okay, so from standing posture, we're going to come into Warrior One. So standing at the front of your mat, feet hip distance apart, hands on your hips. Take a deep breath in. Slide your weight to the right leg. Good. Lift your left heel up and slide that left foot 3/4 down the mat or halfway. Okay, have your heel down, toes pointed at a diagonal. Make sure your hips are facing forward for Warrior One. Make sure your right knee's bent over your right ankle. Good. Take a deep breath in. Arrive here. Really grounded through your lower body, through your feet. Good. And then inhale. See if you can lift your arms, biceps by your ears. Good. Calm center breath. From here, we're going to bring our left hand down and back, our right hand forward. Our hips have now turned to face the left side of the room, but our head and our eye gaze is going to look towards our right fingertips. Sometimes our right knee wants to go inward. Make sure it's in line with your toes. Now, open your back against an imaginary wall. Keep your arms in line with your shoulders. Take 5 deep breaths. Good. Let's inhale, extend the front leg. We're going to press our hips back, reach our right arm forward, reach, 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 and then rotate the right arm down and left arm reaches up towards the sky. Here we are in Trikonasana. So both legs are long, both feet are pressing down. Left arm's reaching up like you're holding on to something and it's pulling you up off the ground. Good. Chin is slightly tucked towards your chest. Your back is nice and long. So I see a lot of people rounded here. Imaginary wall. Put your back against that wall. Good. On the next inhale, come into Warrior Two. Bend your front knee. Lift your right arm up, left arm back. Good. Warrior One. Inhale. Arms forward. You might have to step your foot in. Hips forward. Good. Come up onto the ball of your back foot. Step the back foot in. We're going to come into Warrior Three. Balance pose. So straighten your right leg. Maybe even lock it. Good. As you let your chest come forward, your left leg lifts up. As one motion. Don't let your chest lead the movement. Don't let your leg lead the movement. Synchronize the lowering and lifting. Arms can reach out to the side. They can reach forward. Good. Take as many times coming in and out of this. You might not go as far down as I'm going. You might just go a little bit. Hold there. Lengthen through your spine. Look slightly forward. And then we'll inhale. We'll all come up and out, setting our left foot on the down nice and gently. Good. Now we're back where we started. So we'll practice that whole sequence on the other side, starting with warrior one. Take a deep breath in, feet hip distance apart, slide your weight to your left leg. Lift your right heel up, inhale, exhale, step back. Lower heel down, or right heel down, toes pointed out at an angle. Hips facing forward. Left knee bent over your left ankle. Take a moment, get your lower body right. Okay? Pull your belly button in slightly. Shoulders align with your hips. Inhale, reach your arms up. Good. Make sure the arms are nice and long. Make sure your fingers are together. From here, right arm comes down, circles back, left arm reaches forward. We're opening our body to the right side of the room now. Hips, chest. Looking over our left fingertips. Make sure your left knee stays in line with your toes. Keep that left knee bent. A lot of times people want to extend it here. Not yet. Imaginary wall behind you. Belly button in again. Good. On the next inhale, straighten your left leg. Reach forward, hips back. Take a deep breath in and then exhale. Rotate your left arm down, right arm up. Good. Reach up through that right arm. Lean back through that imaginary wall. Press down through your feet. 5 deep breaths. Trikonasana, triangle pose. Good, let's inhale, bend your front knee, come back into warrior one, two. Then warrior one. Good, then lift up on the ball of your back foot, step that back foot forward slightly. We're gonna practice warrior three, balancing pose. So shift your weight into that left leg, lock your left knee. Take a deep breath in and start to bring the lift and the lowering together, chest and leg. Decide where you want to have your hands for this. So try to lower your right hip down slightly. You can point your toes or flex your right toes, whatever feels better. Start to come up. Ooh, with ease, set your right foot down. All right. Here in our Dandasana standing pose, our feet are hip distance apart, our palms are facing in, our shoulders relax down. And take 3 deep breaths. We'll inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good. We're going to work our way down to the ground. We're going to practice some prone postures where we're laying on our belly. So, how are we going to get there? Let's practice going down as we came up. Let's step our left foot back. Good. Lift the back left heel up. Bend the knees down. Set the knee down. And then set your right knee down. Good. Bring your hands down to the ground. Coming into a half plank pose. We're going to lower our chest between our arms nice and slow as we can go. Maybe 5 deep breaths to get there. So your hips aren't lifted up like in a tabletop. Your hips are forward in line with your back. Good. Take a deep breath in. Bend your elbows. Pull the shoulder blades together. Another deep breath in. Lower a little bit more. Maybe you're already down. That's okay. One more. Good. Hover the chest. One more. And then release fully down onto the ground. Good. From here, we're going to bend our right knee, bringing that foot closer to our glute muscle. We're going to reach our right arm back to see if we can grab onto the foot. Now this is where you might need a strap. Okay, so you can pause the video, grab the strap, make the circle, fit it around your foot, and then hold onto the longer part. Okay? So from here, I'm going to bring my right ear onto the ground, looking towards the left side of the room. I'll lengthen my left arm down the side of my body. And I'm just allowing my hand to help my foot come closer to my glute so I can stretch out my quad muscle. And we'll take 5 to 10 deep breaths in and out through your nose. Good. Start to release your hand and foot on the right side. Let that right leg extend long. Take another deep breath or two, just scanning the legs, seeing how they feel now. And then we'll start to bend our left knee, bringing the foot forward. Reach with your left hand. Take a deep breath in. Bring your left ear onto the mat, looking towards your right side of the room. And do your best to relax your chest down. Good, let's inhale, release the left hand and foot, let the left leg extend long. We're going to slide both arms forward, okay? Or you can have your elbows bent and your hands here underneath your chin. Okay? I'm going to show you with the arms extended. We're going to inhale, lift our left leg up. Now, point your toes and imagine someone's pulling that leg back. And we're going to breathe here. Look down towards the ground to keep your neck nice and neutral. And then release that left leg down. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Point the toes, look down towards the ground. Good. One more deep breath. And go ahead, release that foot down. Good. Now we're going to add the arms. Now, if you try this and you feel a little bit discomfort in your lower back, stick with the legs. So as you inhale, extend and lift your left leg, squeeze your glutes to protect your low back. See if you can reach that right arm forward. Reach like you're reaching for something or you've grabbed onto something. Let your pelvis bone be grounded down into the ground. One more deep breath. And then release your left leg and arm down. Good. This time, right leg extends back. Make it as straight as you can. Engage all the muscles in that leg, your right glute, and then see if you can lift your left arm up. Good. One more deep breath in. Exhale, set down the arm and leg. Now this time, depending on how your lower back receives this, we're going to be doing alternate rises and lowering. So I'm just going to demonstrate it. First, I'm going to do my left leg, right arm. Breath, and then exhale, other side up. Breath, exhale, switch. Inhale, exhale, switch. These are also called swimmers. So using our back strength now. One more deep breath. And then release down. Maybe bend your elbows and relax your head on your hands. Let's bend both knees. And we're going to windshield wiper the lower leg side to side. That's going to also release your low back. Good. Extend the legs long. Slide your hands underneath your shoulders. We're going to press up. Pull your shoulder blades together. Elbows by your sides. Lift your core up. Good. And we're going to transition to a seated posture. All right. Bring your feet forward. Okay. The first one we're going to do is wide knee releases. So bring your feet as wide as your mat. Bring your hands behind your back. Take a deep breath in. Exhale your knees towards the left side of the room. Just relax in here for about 3 to 5 deep breaths. Now it's okay that your right sit bone's lifted off the ground. This is good for hip mobility. Let's inhale, lift the knees up. Exhale, point your knees to the right side of the room. Good. Inhale. Exhale to the left. Now your right hand's going to come to your right hip. I want you to gently ease it over. Bring your right hand behind you in line with your left. Twist your spine towards the back of the room. Twist. Take 5 deep breaths here. Good. Let's inhale, unwind ourselves, bring our right hand forward and then behind us. Good, lift the knees up. Before we go to the other side, we're going to press our feet down into the ground. Lift the hips up, look up. Good, reverse tabletop. Nice, long arms. You can look forward, up, or tilt your head back. Use your glute muscles. One more deep breath. And then exhale, lower your hips down. Make sure your feet are as wide as your mat. Take a deep breath in and then let the knees point to the right. Good. Your left hand connects to your left hip. It gently guides it as you twist towards the right side of the room. Left hand comes down in line with your right hand. Twist yourself a little bit more, mid back, upper back, looking towards the wall behind you. Good. Untwist your body. Bringing that left hand with you. Bring it behind you. Lift your knees up center. We're going to practice a reverse incline plank. So we're going to extend our feet long, or our legs long, feet forward. We're going to focus on pointing our toes towards the ground as we lift our hips up. So depending on your wrist flexibility, it will determine your hand position, whether your fingers are pointed forward, or sideways, or backwards. Okay? So as you press into the ground with your arms, you lift your hips, you point your toes, you can look forward, you can look up, or again, tilt your head back. Squeeze your glutes, breathe. Good, one more deep breath. And then exhale, release the hips down. All right, we're gonna slide our hands underneath our knees, bend our knees. We're gonna slide our hands down the fronts of our legs, burying our head between our knees as much as we can. This is another way of practicing child's pose. Okay, if your knees don't like to bend and you feel like your sit bones are too high in child's pose, you can also come into this seated version of it. Relax your head. You're going to get a stretch here through between the shoulder blades. Good, and then we'll lift our head up. We're going to do a seated. Our right leg's going to extend out to the side. Our left foot's going to come towards our center. Sit up nice and tall. We're going to bring our right hand to our left leg. Inhale, lift your left arm up. Exhale, side bend as you reach that left arm overhead. Pull a little bit deeper now into your left side stretch. Press your chest forward, lengthen through that left arm. Inhale, lift up, lower your left arm down nice and slow. Now before we go to the other side, we're going to come into a forward fold from our seated posture. So extend your left leg forward, bring your right leg in line. Okay, now it might feel good to kind of pull out the cushion so that your sit bones get a nice flat surface to sit on. Okay. Good, let's roll our shoulders back, sit up nice and tall. Okay, so we're going to be reaching for our feet. Maybe you'd like to use a strap to wrap around your feet. You want to have a flexed position in your feet so the soles of the feet are nice and flat. Okay. The forward fold starts from a hip hinge. So I see a lot of people just reach for the toes, right? But there's so much space open here. So we really want to start our forward fold from the belly area. Work your way there, folding towards the tops of your thighs. Now you might notice that your knees start to lift up, and that's okay. A little bit's fine. Okay, you want to work on getting that belly towards the upper thighs. Take a few deep breaths because your body's going to fold into this little by little. Keep your back as long as possible. And then once you feel like, okay, I think that's as deep as I can go for now, this is when you relax your chin towards your chest. Now my spine is still pretty long here. I haven't rounded too much in my upper back. I'm pressing my lower belly towards my legs rather than rounding forward. I'm feeling the stretch up the backs of my legs. I'm taking 5 deep breaths. And then we'll slowly start to lift up and out from that fold. Good, so now we're going to extend our left leg out to the side and bring our right heel in towards our center. Sit up nice and tall. Bring your left hand towards your right thigh. Inhale, reach your right arm up. Exhale, side bend towards the left side. Good, let's inhale, lift the right arm up, and nice and slowly take that right arm down. Good, good. Let's bend over to our left leg, bend the knee, and bring the foot in and meet it with your right foot. Good. We're going to now roll down onto the ground in a lying posture. Oh, if you want to bring your knees into your chest for a moment, please do. So I think today we're going to try practicing shoulder stand. Now, shoulder stand's not in your practice normally, and you have some hesitation, you could practice legs up pose, or bring a block underneath your sacrum, right above the fleshy part of your glutes, and have a supported legs up pose. Now, bringing your feet down, lifting your hips up, and releasing that block after about 10 deep breaths. To come into shoulder stand, it's going to take a few steps. You're going to lift your hips over, bringing your legs over your torso. Then you're going to slowly scooch your shoulders underneath your chest. Bring your hands to your low back. Now I want you to try to get your elbows in line with your shoulders as much as possible. Okay. Then hands on low back. Start to press into your low back. Lift your legs up. Don't move your neck. Look towards your toes. Toes over hips. And little by little, you'll try to get those hips a little bit closer in line with your shoulders. So whether you're in legs up pose or shoulder stand, take a couple more deep breaths. And then slowly, if you're in shoulder stand, slide your hands towards your legs. Nice and slow. Bend your legs over your torso. Take yourself down with control. Use your core strength. Belly button towards the spine. Lower, lower. Nice. Good. Bend your knees towards your chest. Arms on the insides of the legs. Lift the feet and reach for the outside edge of the foot if you can. Good. Let the gravity and the weight of your hands work the stretch open through the legs, groin. Ooh, if you want to rock side to side, that might feel nice. Ooh. So inversions like shoulder stand or legs up pose are really good ways for rejuvenating the cycle of the blood flow in your body, taking all the blood out the legs. And then once you lift back up, fresh blood flow. It's also good for your brain health, heart health, any circulatory benefit, basically. Good. One more deep breath, and then we'll slowly start to release the feet down to the ground. Now we're going to move into our Savasana, corpse pose. So extending the legs long, bringing maybe anything you need to make it more comfortable, maybe a couple blocks underneath your knees. Maybe you'd like to bring a pillow under your head, something to cover your eyes. If there's any little last stretch you need to do, always take this time to honor that. And just helping your body relax. Maybe take 3 deep breaths. Let the body just melt and release. Whew. Good. Maybe you want to press pause and put on some music or light some incense, whatever feels good. Take as long as you need. Go ahead, press your video on pause if you want. And then when you're ready to close out together, you can just press play again. just want you to take a moment, whether you're lying down or seated up, bring your awareness to your heart space, into your body. Listen to the sound of your heart. Honor the capable body that you live in. And its automatic movement of breath. Inhales and exhales. Sending a note of gratitude to this physical body. And honoring your practice, your effort this morning or whichever time of day it is where you are. I honor the light and the effort in you. Namaste, aho. Muchas gracias. Well, another video here from Mexico. It is warming up, especially when you're trying to sleep at night. I hope it's nice and enjoyable wherever you are. And I'll see you next week. Namaste, aho. Muchas gracias.